Hey, making pickleball. Well, we got news yesterday that it's gonna be longer before we're able to see each other out on the pickleball court. We're gonna continue to do the pickleball challenge on a weekly basis. The purpose of these challenges is certainly to improve our pickleball skills, but also to keep us engaged with one another and distract us a little bit to get our minds off the news that's it's going to get worse here in the next few weeks. So it's a stressful time. And so one of the things I'd like to add to our challenges is a mindfulness piece. And just to tell you a little bit about my history with mindfulness is I went to school back to school about 15 years ago to get a marriage and family therapy degree. And while I was getting that degree, I did a lot of research into mindfulness and how it can reduce stress and its impact on the brain. And I've continued to do that research, but at some point, probably about 10 years ago, I decided I was going to do an experiment on myself, and where I would just start finding time every day to try to be still and to focus. I tend to focus on my breathing. And it's hard to articulate, but after doing that for years now, I'm different than I was when I started. In my opinion, I am more patient. Probably have more compassion than I did before, and I'm a different person. But today, for our pickleball challenge, all you have to do is be still for 1 minute. This is the way I start all my classes now at where I teach. I have two classes full of seniors, and every day when they come in, I tell them, all right, put away your devices, sit up straight, feet on the floor. We're going to take 1 minute to clear some clutter. And so this is what we're going to do today. For 1 minute, just need you to try to focus. Your mind is going to wander, because that's what our minds do. They wander off. But if you can catch your mind wandering off and bring it back to your center of focus, that's when you're doing this practice, or you're doing this exercise correctly, because that's actually working your brain out. The analogy I use when I teach this to ninth graders is imagine going to the gym and picking up a dumbbell and just doing curls over and over and over again. Over time, you're going to see a difference in your arm. Well, when you're practicing mindfulness, when you catch your mind wandering and bring it back to your focus, you've done a little curl in your brain. And over time, if you do that over and over again, over time, you're not going to be able to see the changes in your brain, but you will actually feel a difference. A lot of the research shows if you can do this for maybe difference anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, you start feeling that difference. So let this be day number 1 for your practice. I use a little timer. I use a little app on my phone called Insight Timer, and I've got it set for 1 minute right now. We're going to hear a bell that starts our minute, and we'll hear a bell that finishes our minute. And so for this next minute, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to try to focus on my breathing, and maybe where I'm feeling a little anxiety, and try to breathe into those spots. Usually I feel anxious. When I'm anxious, I feel it in my chest and a lot of times in my jaw. And so what I'll do for this next minute is focus on breathing, but focus on also relaxing those spots. So, Insight Timer, you're going to hear a bell to start it. You're going to hear a bell to end it. If you can sit with me for a minute, you've met the challenge today. All right, so I just did the pickleball challenge for the day. If you met the challenge today, let us know so we can put your name in the drawing. Drawing's going to take place tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll go Facebook Live again, have happy hour out on my deck, and pick a winner. And this week's winner is going to win $25 from Pickleball Planet for off anything they order from their website. So if you feel like you're going to win, go start checking out their merchandise at pickleballplanet.com. And if you enter this promo code right here, you get 10% off your order. I hope you were able to meet today's challenge, and I hope you'll let us know about it. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow, and remember, stay home if you can.